Most people stay broke because they're spending more than what they make. And most importantly, once they get a raise, their cost of living gets higher along with that too. To the point where their raise doesn't even matter because their expenses are so much higher again. Luxury apartments, monthly car payments, student loans, credit card debt. All those things are monthly reoccurring costs that are costing you. Even if you get a raise, you still won't get ahead in life. They want the world to think that they're rich, even though they're fucking poor. If this sounds like you, man, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You did this to yourself, bro. And here's the good news. This is only temporary. If you follow this 9-step system, you're gonna get ahead, get out of debt, and have the life that you actually want instead of impressing others. First thing, you have to accept the fact that you're broke and poor. You're a negative net worth, you're using credit cards, you have barely any money in your checkings and savings, you have nothing to show for it, especially when you get laid off from your high prestige job. Once you get laid off, there's still gonna be monthly recurring payments that you still have to make. You're just digging yourself in dirt and getting deeper and deeper and deeper until you can't even fucking breathe with all these payments. The first step is acknowledging that fact by tracking your expenses. Track what's coming in and track what's coming out. That way you have a good baseline and a foundation of what you're looking at in terms of your overall expenses. You could use an app like Copilot, not sponsored by the way, but please sponsor me. Or you could use just the simple Google Sheets, taking all your bank statements, pasting it into the sheets, and making some formulas to calculate your debt to income ratio. And that goes along to that second step too, of just tracking your income. What's actually coming into your bank account? Not just the number in your offer letter, but what's actually coming in after taxes. You always wanna track what's coming in after taxes and not before. Just because you make $90,000 a year doesn't mean you take home $90,000. If you're in California, then you're probably taking home $65,000 to $60,000 a year post-tax. Third step, for now, just cancel all the unnecessary subscriptions. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, all those subscriptions that you don't need for you to live, cancel that out. But keep the gym subscription because that's really important. And if you want to know how many subscriptions you have and you lost track of it, just download Rocket Money and they'll give you like a summary of how many subscriptions you have, and they could even cancel those for you. Fourth step, if you're still making car payments on your car, then I would suggest selling it. If you're halfway through, sell it. But if you're almost done paying off the car, that's fine. Just pay it off and then be done with it. I wouldn't recommend car payments at all. Sell your expensive car and just buy a cheaper one. For example, if you're financing a $35,000 car, just downgrade to a $10,000 one. Trade it in. That way you're canceling one of the most biggest monthly recurring expenses that you have. So that could free up a lot of money for you to save and pay off all your debts. Now we're on step number 5. Another way to cut costs is downsizing on your living, right? You don't have to downsize necessarily. You could get a roommate, which I always suggest that, but if you don't have that option, just downsize to a cheaper apartment. Live 20 minutes. If you're living in downtown, live 20 minutes away, see the prices, be saving $300 to $500 a month just by doing this. Yes, it's gonna be a shittier place, but this is only gonna be temporary for you to have some sort of financial stability. And once you have that, you could get a better place after. Now, once you cut off subscriptions, you don't have car payments, and you downsized on your living expenses, either by having a roommate that will cut your rent in half, or just moving away further from downtown for a little bit. Now start building a small savings. A small cushion like $1,000 is a good start. That way you could trust yourself in not touching that money, and it's small enough to where it's accomplishable within 1 to 2 months. Now, once you have that $1,000 in your cushion, don't think about it. Just keep it there. Next step, after you have that small cushion and you trust yourself more and more with money, pay off your debts. Pay off your credit cards first, and then after that, pay off your student loans. Credit cards have like a 20 to 25% interest rate, so that's gonna fuck you up. Pay off those first. Once you pay off all those credit card debts and your loans, it'll feel like getting a raise without actually getting one. Now, once you paid off most of your debts or all of it, then I would suggest by this time, saving at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. For example, if your rent, car insurance, gas, utilities, food, all amount to $2,000 a month, save up at least $12,000, which is 6 months of living expenses. That way, if you ever get laid off from your job, God forbid, or something happens to you, you have that big cushion to where you don't have to worry about your basic needs. That's already covered with your emergency fund. All right, step 9 is the fun part, man, and I love this step. Paid off your credit cards, you have a big cushion to fall on for when things do happen unexpectedly. By this time, you already have the necessary skill sets from where you were working previously or doing business, and just apply to better jobs or get more clients. Increase your income. And from this strategy, you decreased your expenses, paid off all your debts too, and you increased your income, having that gap there. Now, what to do with this gap? Next step is invest in yourself. Travel, certification, courses, education, stocks, and even just more into your emergency fund as well. That way, every dollar that you make is working for you with that big enough gap. And that's the whole process, man, and how you could get out of your shithole. So hopefully this helped. It helped out for me. It helped out for me personally in just using those steps. If you want some personalized help in investing, getting internships, or full-time offers, then click the link down below. I have a Calendly link, and you could book a 15-minute call with me, and I'll be happy to help out. Take care and have a great day. Peace.